everyone, this is Karen.
Hello everybody, I am Shane.
Today we're looking at part 1 of Anne-Marie.
Speaking her mind.
And the vocabulary words are musical.
Musical.
The Producers is my favorite musical.
I've never seen it.
Really?
Release. Joe's band will release its first album next month.
Wow, exciting. Tour. The singer toured with Rihanna last year to support her latest album.
Develop.
When
he was 30, Scott developed cancer, which was successfully treated.
That's good. Mental. A doctor was brought in to examine the man's mental state. So we're talking about a talented musician, a talented artist.
And karate expert.
World champion.
Yes.
Right? Anne-Marie.
So this is so cool. And she was like, by the time she was 16, she had already won 3 karate world championships, right?
I know, that's amazing.
So she's really tough.
And she also developed, her love and passion for music really, really early on, right?
Yeah.
She was she was doing musicals in theaters, right?
Right. And she was really popular, I think, on YouTube, right? And she's become such a popular artist.
That's right.
And she has a really nice voice, and I think her music, what's really interesting about it is I think that people can relate to it because she's had problems with anxiety and she's had mental health issues.
And that almost ended her career.
That's right. Okay, so she's a really talented artist and I think very interesting.
Yeah, I listened to some of her songs and actually I really love her voice.
Yeah.
Anne-Marie, let's learn more about her.
Okay.
Anne-Marie, speaking her mind. At first glance, it would seem that English pop star Anne-Marie has led a purpose-filled life. Born Anne-Marie Nicholson in Essex in 1991, the singer-to-be made her mark on the world at an early age. When she was just 9 years old, she began learning karate, winning 3 world championships by her 16th birthday. She also discovered her love for music early on. By the age of 12, she had already appeared in 2 musicals on stage at theaters in London's West End.
Welcome everyone. Today's lesson is called Anne-Marie Speaking Her Mind. Part 1. Hi everyone, my name is Jeff.
And I'm Mike. Yes, Anne-Marie, for those of you who don't know, is a rising pop star from the great country of Great Britain. She's an English pop star. You may not know her so well now, but something tells us a few years from now, she will be a household name. She's had a few hits, but she's just at the beginning of her career, and she seems to be a young pop star that really has a connection to her fans.
And she's a confident person. She speaks her mind. She'll tell you exactly what she is thinking, even if you don't like that. Anyways, yes, she speaks her mind, Anne-Marie. Now, is Anne-Marie her full name? No, this is the name that she goes by when she is performing. Now, more on that. At first glance, it would seem that English pop star Anne-Marie has led a purpose-filled life, okay? It looks, at first glance, when you first look at it, that she has led a purpose-filled life, or at least it seems that way. Perhaps that's not the case, though. Anyways, like I said before, she goes by Anne-Marie, but her full name is actually Anne-Marie Nicholson.
That's absolutely right. A purpose-filled life, we should also mention, is a life with a lot of goals. She wants to do good in the world. You know, she's the kind of person who wants to go out into the world and make a positive change. But as you said, Anne-Marie Nicholson is the name on her passport, maybe not the name on her CDs or music videos. We learned born Anne-Marie Nicholson in Essex in 1991. The singer-to-be made her mark on the stage at an early age.
She made her mark on the world.
Oh, sorry, made her mark on the world at an early age, not on the stage. We're going to learn about that in a second. But yes, Essex is near to London. And if she made her mark on the world, she sort of got notice, got attention, maybe appeared in a local newspaper or something like that. You know, she got a little bit of fame at a very early age. But yeah, a mark on the world, not necessarily from the stage, from another area of life, another area of success.
Yeah. She was a fighter.
A fighter?
No jokes, folks.
Getting
okay?
in fights at school?
No. She was actually a real fighter, not someone who picks fights or bullies other kids or anything like that. No. When she was just 9 years old, as just a child, she began learning karate, winning 3 world championships by her 16th birthday.
Wow.
So there you go. She was actually a fighter. She fought using karate, and she was really good.
Wow.
She was like the best in the world 3 times.
Best in the world 3 times, and also don't mess with Anne-Marie because she can chop you up into pieces with her bare hands. Karate, of course, the Japanese fighting sport, kind of like kung fu or something like that, and 3 world championships by her 16th birthday, the best young female karate fighter in the world at her time. But that wasn't the only thing she was interested in. Of course, when she's doing karate, she's training a lot, and that may be what led to her love of music. She also discovered her love for music early on. She got to do a lot of jogging to be a fit karate championship, listening to music, and also performing music at the same age that she's winning karate championships.
Fighting in one sphere of her life and then performing in another. Yeah.
She was a busy kid.
She was a busy kid, a dual threat. Yeah. Anyways, by the age of 12, she had already appeared in 2 musicals on stage at theaters in London's West End. So karate and musicals, what a pair.
Wow, at 16 she was a karate champion and a theater star. At 16 I had pimples. That's about it. That's about all I'd achieved at that point in my life. Certainly not appearing in musicals in London's West End. London's West End, that's sort of like saying New York's Broadway. It's the home of theater and musicals as well. Musical theater, or musicals, as we often call them. Think of a musical basically as a play broken up with songs. It's not an opera where they tell the whole story while singing. In a musical, the actors will act for a time, and then something will happen and a great song will start and you'll have singing and dancing. Think of Cats, Phantom of the Opera, The Lion King musical, these types of things. Very popular, make lots of money. I don't know the musicals that she was in, but certainly in London's West End or New York's Broadway, musicals are very, very popular. And here's a good example. The Producers is my favorite musical. It's an old classic. So
it is.
There you go. We don't know which one Anne-Marie was in, but we're going to find out more about a lot of the other parts of her life coming up after the break.
Hello， 大家好，我是 Hanny。这一次要介绍的人物是 Anne-Marie。那么标题用到 "speak one's mind" 来描述这位歌手，意思是说出心里话，直言不讳，有话直说的意思。同学们认识 Anne-Marie 这位歌手吗？其实我还蛮喜欢她的歌和嗓音的，听起来很真诚，很有感情。那么 Mike 老师在开场的说，不管你有没有听过这位歌手，相信几年内他会成为家喻户晓的人。那老师用到 household name 就表示家喻户晓、众所皆知的知名人或是事物。好，那么课文一开始写到说，乍看之下，英国流行乐歌手 Anne-Marie 似乎过着充满目标的生活。那复合形容词 purpose-filled 就可以用来形容充满目标的。好，这个句子有3个重点。第一个是 at first glance 表示乍看之下。例如 at first glance This seemed like a simple math problem. 乍看之下，这似乎是很简单的数学题，看起来好像很简单，可是你真的做起来可能就不是这样子了。好，第二个重点，动词 seem 它表示似乎、好像，我们常常会用 seem to 加原形动词，或者是 it seems that 主词加动词来表达。好，我们来造2个例句。What's wrong with Pam? She seems to be upset.Pam 怎么啦？她看起来很不开心诶。It seems that everyone has a smartphone these days. 如今似乎每个人都有一只智慧型手机。好，那么第3个重点是用 lead 或者是用 live 再加 a 或 an 加形容词加上 life 可以表达过着什么样的生活。例如 Everyone wants to live a happy life. 每个人都想过快乐的生活。好，那么 Anne Marie 她本名叫做 Anne Marie Nicholson。那她在很小的时候就扬名世界。她9岁开始学空手道，那不到16岁就赢得3次世界锦标赛。那而且他还在很早的时候就发现自己对音乐的热爱，那么12岁就已经在伦敦西区的剧院演出音乐剧了。好，单字 musical 就可以指音乐剧或是歌舞剧。那 Jeff 老师提到 Anne Marie 在音乐和空手道这2个领域发展，那这时候老师用到 sphere 这个字 S-P-H-E-R-E sphere 可以表达领域或是范围。那老师还用到 dual threat 这个用语，这个 dual 是拼作 D-U-A-L dual threat 常常用来描述美式足球里面能跑能传的4分卫。那这边是要表达 Anne Marie 她在2个领域都很精通的意思。接话课文中
Anne Marie, speaking her mind. Anne Marie's career as a singer began in 2015 when she released her 4-song EP, Karate.She spent the next 2 years touring as the lead singer for English band Rudimental, before releasing her first full-length album, Speak Your Mind, in 2018. Album singles Friends, Ciao Adios, and 2002 all rose to the top 10 on the UK charts, and Anne Marie wound up as the UK's biggest-selling new artist of 2018.
All right, folks, we're back.Anne Marie, a fighter and a performer. And these two things kind of came together for her in 2015. Get this, Anne Marie's career as a singer began in 2015 when she released her 4-song EP, Karate. So maybe she wasn't fighting, but she was singing, performing, and she was calling her debut release there, she called it Karate.Anyway, she released this 4-song EP, this kind of mini album. Now, if you release something in this particular situation, you publish that thing. Although, when we're talking about music, we don't use the word publish, okay? You publish a book, let's say. You make that book, and you make it ready to be sold. You put it on shelves in stores and stuff like that. But here,You release music, okay? You put it out there so that the public can buy it, consume it, so on and so forth. The kids these days, they say that an album might drop. It's now available and you can buy that thing in a store, online, so on and so forth. Anyways, for example, Joe's band will release its first album next month. It'll hit the stores next month.
Right, or as you said, be available on iTunes or Spotify or somewhere like that. All right, so Karate was her first sort of project in the world of music, and it seems she had some success and was soon traveling around singing songs for people. It says she spent the next 2 years touring as the lead singer for English band Rudimental, before releasing her first full-length album, Speak Your Mind, in 2018. Wow, very interesting. So, actually, I might have seen her, because Rudimental's a band I'm familiar with. I think I've even seen some of their live shows on TV. So she wasn't necessarily a full member of the band, Rudimental, but they're kind of a dance music band, and they have singers on certain songs. So she was sort of their singer for hire, but she did have a long experience or a long relationship with this band, touring for 2 years all around Europe and the world with the band Rudimental. Yeah, when you tour, we're using this here as a verb, not as a noun, right? You might think, oh, I'm going on a tour, I'm going on a holiday where people will show us around and plan out things for us to do. But here we're using it as a verb to tour. Well, you could travel and say, oh, I'm touring, the castles of France or something like that. But if we're talking about entertainment and show business, Touring is when a bunch of entertainers, often performers, singers, bands, will travel around city to city doing a show in a different place, probably every day or every night or something like that. So bands go on tours after they drop an album, and they'll play shows all over the world, all in many different places for all of their fans. So they tour around doing shows. For example, the singer toured with Rihanna last year to support her latest album. Rihanna planned a big world tour, and this lucky singer got to perform with her.
Okay, so Anne-Marie, she hit the ground running. Okay, she released the first album there in 2015, and then in 2018, she really hit the big time. Album singles Friends, Ciao, Adios in 2002 all rose to the top 10 on the UK charts, and Anne-Marie wound up as the UK's biggest selling new artist of 2018. So bravo, okay? Folks, with that, it's now time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll have more on Anne-Marie after this.
Anne-Marie 的歌手生涯是从2015年开始的。那一年，她发行了4首歌的迷你专辑，就叫做 Karate 空手道。好，那接下来2年呢，她作为这个英国乐团 Rudimental 的主唱，参加巡回演出。然后在2018年发行自己的首张专辑唱片，最后成为英国2018年最畅销的新人歌手。Jeff 老师刚刚用到hit the ground running 还有 hit the big time 来描述它。那么 hit the ground running 是指迅速而顺利的投入某件事，那么 hit the big time 则可以指一夕间大名大放，短时间就获得这个成功或者是出名。好，那我们再来看单字 release。Release 在课文里面当动词，它表示发行、推出，它也有公布的意思。Jeff 老师刚刚提到说，发行首张专辑，他用到 debut，D-E-B-U-T 这个字，它可以表示初登场、首次亮相。那么 debut album 就可以表达首张专辑。下一个单字 tour。T-O-U-R tour 它可以指旅游嘛，可是在课文里面它是表达巡回展览或是巡回演出表演。好，这边还有一个重点 W-I-N-D 我们知道有风的意思，可是在课文里面当动词念作 wind， 它的三态是 wind、wound、wound。 好，那我们以下介绍片语动词 wind up 的不同意思跟用法。好，第一个是当不及物用，它表示说在不预期的情况下呢，最后以什么什么告终，那么后面要接补语，补语可以用名词、形容词、现在分词、过去分词或是介系词片语。好，这时候 wind up 意思就跟 end up 它的意思用法相同。例如They wound up spending the entire day at home because of the heavy rain. 因为下大雨的关系，结果他们整天都待在家里没出门。第二个用法呢，是把 wind up 当作及物用，来表达说使什么结束，使什么终结。例如 Let's wind up the meeting and get back to work. 我们把会议做结束，回去工作吧。接回到课文中。
Anne-Marie, speaking her mind. Yet, Anne-Marie's career nearly ended before it even got started. The singer notes that in her early teen years, she developed such serious anxiety that it affected her mental health, her personal life, and her work.
Okay, we just read about 2018, Anne-Marie's big year. She outsold everybody there in the UK. Good for her. Get this, though. None of this might have happened. The next line says, yet, Anne-Marie's career nearly ended before it even got started.
Wow, very interesting. So she faced a very serious challenge, a very serious obstacle right at the beginning of her career that could have just wiped it all out, and we might not know who she is today. It says the singer notes that in her early teen years, she developed such serious anxiety that it affected her mental health, her personal life, and her work. Very interesting. So anxiety, this is like very, very deep stress. She worried about everything, the kind of thing that would stop you from going outside because the problems and stresses of the world are just too much for you. You want to hide in your bedroom under the covers and just make it all go away. And you can imagine for someone whose life is in the public spotlight, a famous person having anxiety like this would be a terrible thing to have to fight against.
It says here that she developed some serious anxiety, really bad anxiety. By the way, some people experience anxiety. That's this terrible feeling that you have that something bad is going to happen to you. And sometimes it can be really, really tough to function when you've got anxiety, that would be the noun, or when you are anxious, that would be the adjective. Anyways, she developed anxiety. In this particular situation, to develop is kind of like to grow into something or to turn into something. So maybe this anxiety started small but kept snowballing and growing until it became something that really, really affected her mental health. Anyways, let's take a look at an example sentence for the verb develop. When he was 30, Scott developed cancer, which was successfully treated. The cancer started to grow, but luckily they were able to catch it in time and treat it.
Well, that's very good. Yeah, and also this word mental we should take a look at. It's an adjective. It's something we would use when talking about medical matters, your health in a hospital or some kind of situation like that. Physical is of the body, your muscles, your bones, your organs, things like that. Those will be physical problems with your body. Mental problems are in your mind. So anxiety, stress, fear, depression, things like that, where you might not be able to fix it by, having an operation. You might be able to fix it by talking about it, meeting people with similar problems, maybe taking medicine. But these are problems in your mind, which of course we are more and more aware of these days. And, our bodies get sick in all sorts of ways. If you're having problems with your health in your mind, these are mental health problems. For example, a doctor was brought in to examine the man's mental state. So the man's body was fine, but he was acting kind of strangely. All right. Well, that's it for Anne-Marie for today.
Yes, but we've got another day coming up for you next time. We'll see you there. Bye-bye for now.
Take care.
其实 Anne-Marie 的职业生涯在开始之前就碰到困难的挑战，几乎要结束。因为她在10几岁的时候罹患非常严重的焦虑症，而影响到心理健康、个人生活还有工作。那我们最后来看两个单字 ，develop。develop 有发展的意思，可是在课文里面它是用来表达罹患某种疾病的语义。那么 mental 是形容精神的或是心理的。好，那么以上是这些讲解，同学别走开，马上回来哦。
Hello， 各位同学，大家好，我是建安老师。我们今天带大家看简短对话的不同题型。我们今天要看的是这个图表题啊。图表题呢，其实呢有一个重点而已啊，也就是说，它数字或者是资讯绝对不会同时讲。什么意思呢？在图表，你如果听到的是他们在讨论的是数字，那你就要特别注意的是对应的资讯。如果他讲的是这个表单上面对应的资讯的话呢，那你就要注意一下它相对的数字啊。OK， 好，那这边我们看到第一个，这边没有这个数字啊，所以呢，它是这个平面图 A、B、C、D 到底是哪一个房间？那你就要从它的这个前后文，或者是说像这边 A、B、C、D， 如果我去猜的话，它可能会说，D 它就是在 living room 的对面，对不对？或者是 kitchen 走出来就会是 C 之类的。这边你要从上下文当中去看。那你要去注意的就是说，which room is the master bedroom？ 这是它的问题啊。Master bedroom 是主卧室，对不对？那主卧室我们可不可以猜猜看啊？通常主卧室是不是最大间的那一间哦？对，所以这一题呢，我就猜 A 好吗？因为它还有 balcony 在上面，你有没有注意到 ？balcony 是阳台哦，所以我猜就是这一个。如果你有看房经验的话呢，应该就知道这是在讲什么哈。来，那我们来听听看内容。
So this is the living room. This over here is the kitchen, and if you follow me this way, you'll see the master bedroom.
Yes, very nice. And I see the bathroom is next to the master bedroom. Where can I do laundry?
I'm afraid there is no place to wash or hang your laundry to dry in this apartment. However, there is a laundromat across the street.
I guess that's all right. Are there...
好，后面可以不用听了哈，这答案就是 A， 因为他说 master bedroom 在哪里，在 bathroom 的隔壁嘛。大家你听到这一句啊 ，And I see the bathroom is next to the master bedroom， 就在它的隔壁。OK， 所以呢这一题答案冰崩就给他选 A。好，那我们刚刚有讲到，就是说，如果你听的时候呢，就是这两个资讯你要注意一个就好了。什么意思？他呢就会讲，比如说他会讨论，你看这边他有 ranking， 然后他的公司名字，然后他有多少个使用者，然后他问的问题是 What is the name of their company？ 这家公司的名字是什么？所以从这个资料里面，你可以从哪边去看出来它的名字是哪一个？当然就是从它的 ranking， 对不对 ？ranking 它这边就会跟使用者的数量有关嘛，对不对？所以比如说它是讲说，那我们现在已经爬到第2名来了 ，OK？ 那你就知道说，第2名，那它就是这个 ，OK？ 或者是他讲说，我们的这个使用者呢，现在已经超越6000了 ，OK？ 超越6000了，那就有可能是这个嘛，对不对？超出6000，那有可能是这个。或者是说，我们超越6000，正在往7000迈进，那这样的话你就知道它是第5个。所以呢，但他如果他讲的是这个因为他这边已经让你知道说他要问的是哪一家公司的名字啊，所以他这边就只会讲 user 或者是讲 ranking 的部分 ，OK？ 但他如果他问的是这个数量，那你就要知道说哪一个会是重点。这个资讯，他已经就是说，那7971是什么时候，或者是说是哪一家什么？他看他问什么，那他的重点就会是 company name 跟 ranking。OK， 好，所以你要知道他是怎么问的啊。那之后呢，你们现在知道这一点之后，在审题的时候，在听的时候呢，就要特别注意到这一些哈。好，那我们就来听一下这一题的内容。另外我这边要讲一下，就是说，你看它上面的名字是不是长得很奇怪？的确，我现在考题呢，因为为了要增加一点点难度，我觉得这有点没必要。但是呢，他们就是会把这些名字取得特别的奇怪，这样。OK， 好，那我们就来听一下这一题的内容。
Have you seen the new user number rankings? They're shocking.
Wow, we are catching up. It looks like those new features we added are paying off. We're not in last place anymore.
Yeah, but we need to double our user numbers if we want to climb up in the rankings.
Not to mention, I heard a rumor that Brovman and Nikki are going to merge next month. That will put us in last place.
We can't worry about that. We just need to maintain our focus and keep making progress.
OK， 好，所以这边呢，答案是这个 Cotech。为什么是这一个呢？大家刚刚要有注意到，就是说，如果有几个点他说，如果我们要再往上爬一阶的话呢，我们必须要 double， 我们必须要乘以2倍，所以你要乘以2倍才可以往上爬，那应该就是第4个 ，OK， 才可以爬到第3个。然后另外一个资讯，如果你还不确定的时候呢，他后面那个女生又说了，他听说这个 Brovman 跟这个什么 Nikki 这2家要合并，一旦合并之后，它就会变成最后1名了，所以这边合并之后就超过1万嘛。那第4就会变成最后1名了 ，OK？ 所以答案呢，这一题如果你有选出来的话，那你的程度还蛮不错的 ，OK？ 所以你看到这边他说 We need to double our user numbers if we want to climb up in the rankings，OK？ 再来I heard a rumor that Brovman and Nikki are going to merge next month. Merge 很重要的一个单字这边一定要会，就是呢并购、合并的意思。这2家公司要并在一起了 ，OK？ 所以这一点，从这2个点呢，我们就知道说它是第4名的这一家公司。以上是我们今天的课程内容，我们下堂课见，拜拜。
See you next time.